How do you make fermented dill pickles? If you have ever craved that crunchy, tangy flavor of dill pickles, making them at home is a fun and rewarding experience. Let's walk through the process of creating delicious fermented dill pickles that will elevate your meals and snacks. Start by preparing a saltwater brine, which is essential for fermentation. Use non-iodized salt such as pickling salt, sea salt, or Himalayan salt. A good ratio is 3 to 4 tablespoons of salt per quart of filtered or distilled water. This creates a 3 to 4% brine concentration perfect for lacto-fermentation. Next, select fresh pickling cucumbers. Look for small, uniform cucumbers, ideally around 4 to 5 inches long. Rinse them thoroughly and trim off the blossom end of each cucumber. This end has enzymes that can soften your pickles during fermentation. Now it's time to place the cucumbers in a clean fermenting vessel. You can use a glass jar or a ceramic crock. Add flavoring ingredients like fresh dill sprigs, preferably with flowers, peeled garlic cloves, and whole spices such as peppercorns. For extra flavor and texture, consider adding bay leaves, grape leaves, or oak leaves. These leaves contain tannins that help keep your pickles crisp. Pour the cooled salt brine over the cucumbers and seasonings, making sure everything is fully submerged. To prevent exposure to air and mold, place a weight or a small plate on top of the cucumbers. Cover the jar with a breathable cloth or a loose lid that allows gases to escape. Let the cucumbers ferment at room temperature, ideally between 60 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. The fermentation process usually takes 1 to 4 weeks, depending on the temperature and how sour you want your pickles. During this time, beneficial lactic acid bacteria will consume the sugars in the cucumbers, producing lactic acid that preserves the pickles and gives them that signature tangy flavor. You might notice bubbles forming, which is a sign that fermentation is happening. Check your pickles daily. Remove any surface mold or scum that may develop. Taste the pickles periodically to see if they have reached your desired level of sourness and texture. Once they are to your liking, seal the jar with a tight lid and store it in the refrigerator. This will slow down the fermentation process and help maintain the crispness. Remember, the key steps are creating the right salt brine, preparing your cucumbers properly, using fresh dill and garlic for flavor, and keeping the cucumbers submerged. Monitoring the fermentation process through visual cues and tasting will help you achieve the perfect pickle. Enjoy your homemade fermented dill pickles as a snack or a side dish, and appreciate the delightful combination of dill and cucumbers in your home cooking adventures.